Good afternoon, TRTA members, friends, and supporters. We are coming to you live on the Wednesday afternoon, right after the November 7th election, to talk about the overwhelming support and victory that all TRS retirees are able to say that they had a part to play in passing and winning Proposition 9. Of course, we all know Prop 9 as the effort to give the retirees the cost of living raise. And so I want to say that this is a special broadcast because not only are we live and we are hoping to hear from some of you in the chat section, but we also have with us today the TRTA Board of Directors. And so, hello, TRTA Board of Directors.
Hello, everybody.
So we are actually in two different locations, and I'm going to go ahead and take a moment of my personal privilege and say hello to two TRTA members that I know are watching and that I am on my way to visit with after this election is over, and that is Ed and Martha Lee. So I am on the way and looking forward to spending a little time with two people who have put a lot of extra effort into making sure they're watching everything related to this COLA. Even though they were not going to benefit from it, they were cheering us right along. So as I said, I'm on the way and can't wait to see you guys. So Marcy, I'm going to turn it over to you for a greeting from the board.
We want to tell everybody hello, and Tim, tell your parents hello from us.
I will.
And if they're
Thank
watching,
you.
the board is so happy and so proud of your son. He has led us to victory, and we are so excited. And we, the board, want to thank all of you because we did it. Because of you. Each of you made the difference. You worked so hard. Everybody, our leadership, our district leaders, our state leaders, our local leaders, and most of all, our members. We cannot thank you enough, but isn't this so much fun? Love it all. Yay. Yay.
That is pretty well said, Marcy. Good job, everybody. And I'm going to come back to the board and ask a couple of questions, just memorable moments from the campaign. And obviously, we are really excited about what did happen yesterday. And I know we have been on this journey together, and we've been talking about making sure that everybody understood this was a voter turnout election. We try to answer as many questions as we could. Y'all have been part of this process from the very beginning, a process that really started at the end of the 87th regular session when we believed there could have been an opportunity at the time to provide a benefit enhancement for retirees. And the legislators that have been supporters of ours and friends of ours essentially laid out a case for saying, if we have a little bit more time, maybe we can do something bigger than what y'all are even expecting. And so we started the 88th legislative session with a number of proposals that we all knew were designed to give retirees as big a benefit as we could possibly receive. And the legislature did allocate over $5 billion. Part of that to be attributed to a supplemental check for people 70 and over. And another big part of it was what we all voted on yesterday. And so I'm going to focus a little bit just on the process, because this was a huge team effort. And I see Gary is sitting there. Gary is from District 10. Gary is the chair of our District President's Council. And if you all do not know the district president that represents you, I see several of our district presidents are logged into this. I just want to say a special thank you to our district presidents. But Gary, I know the district presidents really helped organize a major effort to get the vote out. And maybe you can tell us a little about some of your memorable moments and things that you recall from that election.
Some of them, it's unbelievable what we went through with the push cards and the buttons, getting them from the manufacturers through the state office to the chapter, to the districts, to the chapters. That was unbelievable. Smooth operation and great success. Then the yard signs. That was extremely a lot more fun than we could ever imagine. We did not know that we had to have them shipped, how they came. Once they arrived, we had to assemble. Of course, we also had to deal with the wire stands and clean that up and assemble. It was fun, and then getting them out to everybody. For my part of it, I had 6 districts that came to one location to pick up their yard signs, and then it was, can I get more? Can I get more? And it's just everybody wanted yard signs. It was fabulous and a lot of fun.
Yeah, Gary is commenting on a lot of parts of this campaign that were fun and memorable. Marcy and I had a conversation last night about, and Ella as well, about how this campaign may have been something that none of us really looked forward to actually having to do, but it really did bring a sense of cohesion and a sense of purpose to our grassroots advocacy, and it took a lot of effort. And I see Judy Kennedy is logged into our chat, and she's one of those people that in dealing with the yard signs, those staples in those boxes are dangerous, and more than one person shed a little blood, sweat, and tears over those signs. But Mary Widmeyer is the chair of our state legislative committee. And Mary, I'm going to let you, if you don't mind taking that mic, just tell us a little bit about your experience in your district, but also what this means to you as the chair and legislative coordinator of our committee. And we've come full circle and past this. Give us some of your thoughts.
Well, first of all, I can't thank everyone enough for really pulling together. I think what really made us successful was that we all speak with one voice. We have one message. It's very clear. It's very cohesive. It's very understandable. And we all said the same thing. We put the word out there. And that's really what contributed to this success, I think. We're not talking about various things and really going round and round in different directions with the conversation. We have one purpose and we work for it, and we're very well spoken. Our members are great communicators, and they work very, very hard, and I'm really so proud of them.
Well, I'm going to have that mic get passed back. Thank you, Mary, so much. I'm going to have that mic go back to someone that I know that has worked such a long time on this effort, and somebody who's spent many hours going to TRS board meetings. And Leroy, I don't know if Mary, if you can hand that mic back. Leroy, I know you've been around the organization for a long time. You've served in leadership roles. You've helped get legislators' attention on this. Just tell us some of your feelings that you've had after you saw the results from yesterday.
Okay. I was very pleased with what I did see. I have been working with TRTA for about 20 years now, and I started on the legislative committee. And every year we would meet up here and decide what we were going to do. We went and visited the legislators, and I kept asking myself, why are we doing this? And here it all paid off, though. It all paid off beyond my expectations. It really did. And it's going to be a blessing to so many of our people to see their salaries increased from here on out. That is really a blessing.
I couldn't agree more. What an advocate and champion Leroy has been for the organization, and so grateful to him for his leadership and work. And I'm going to actually give a big job to the 3 people that are sitting next to Leroy. And the big job is to think of a one-word answer on how you would describe the overall campaign experience. Now, Terry, you're going to be up next, but before I do that, I want to I just want to point something out to our members, and I want to say an incredible thank you to everybody who showed up at one of our meetings over the last 2 months. Many people many retired school employees, TRTA members, first-time guests, brand new retirees. They showed up and they listened to us talk about the importance of this election. And I made the comment more than once, probably at every meeting, that I don't want much for Christmas, but what I do want is I want Prop 9 to get just one more vote than anything else that was being voted on in November. And from the data that I have, we exceeded that one more vote by over 141,000 votes, so that Prop 9 was the most absolute, it was the highest vote-getting amendment in the entire process. And so to all of our TRTA leaders that are on this, thank you. Christmas has come early. And I made the comment that I think that would send shockwaves through the state of Texas and our legislative leaders. And I will tell you right now, this is a feel-good moment because so many of our elected officials have reached out to me today to congratulate the TRTA and the members of this organization for doing it the right way and for educating people. And I'm going to come back and say a couple other things about that in just a minute. But Terry, hopefully that has given Karen and Nancy an opportunity to also think of a one-word answer to describe either the pace or the outcome or some aspect of this election process. So Terry, you're up. Go for it.
I can only use one word.
Well, you've already used 4 right there. So
I'm telling you, the glorious thing about it is that we won, but also the public was educated on what the background is and our sole reason for trying to get a cost of living adjustment. And it was just fabulous going to door, meeting people, seeing people out and asking us, what's that Prop 9 button for? And they listened. And so thank you to the public for voting. And that was more than one word. So I'm stopping.
Karen, you're up.
Do we still get more than one word?
I think that maybe, Terry is a trendsetter. Terry is a trendsetter. So tell us what you think.
I'm just going to say exhilarating, because we came together as an organization like we never have before. And our name is out there now. And these legislators are going to listen even more to us than they have in the past. But I'm so exhilarated and ready to get to work on the next project.
I hear you. Nancy?
The first word that came to mind was teamwork, because I saw lots of different chapters come together that hadn't worked together. I saw people across the state that had not contributed to each other working together. I even saw our legislators working with us hand in hand in our local districts. So I think teamwork is what it was.
Nancy, hand that microphone back to Gary. Gary, pass that microphone down to Ella. I'm going to come to her next. And so teamwork is a big one. And you mentioned our legislators, and I saw some things, opportunities that in nearly 28 years of working with school employee retirees in 2 different states, I've never seen before. I've seen produced commercials where a legislator is standing in an outdoor area surrounded by TRS retirees. And the legislator putting together with their own resources a TV ad promoting why we should be helping our TRS retirees. And I believe that came out of District 5 and several others. I know there were advertisements where the Hays County Republican Party and the Hays County Democrat Party, in a bipartisan show of financial support, bought an ad and put it in the newspaper saying, this is a bipartisan effort. We, the Republicans, we, the Democrats, support this in a bipartisan way. And so these were monumental achievements of cooperation. And I'm so proud of those answers, Terry. One word wasn't enough to do it justice. So I'm glad you got me off of that. And so that way, we can get some other people to add some comments. But Ella, this is it's a grassroots member-based organization, and the members delivered. We all put in time and effort, but the members of this organization delivered in a big time way. When you think about why it's important to be a part of this organization and as a member, what are the thoughts from this election? What did you see? What did you think should inspire others to join us as a group?
One of the first things I saw that I think should inspire others to join is the energy that came about from all of this working together, the camaraderie, the support. I saw so much of that going on, especially when I visited the various districts. They were just so willing to work together with each other. They were so willing to share what they knew with others, other members, other member families, communities. And I just think the team building, as someone mentioned, and in order for everyone to experience this, if they are retirees, they should experience joining TRTA because they got so much from it. It wasn't just the election. It was getting to know others who supported them and what they needed to do.
Well said. Well said. And Carol Smith is here watching, and she made a point of correcting me that it was the Blanco County Republican and Democratic Party. So I think every Republican and Democratic Party people, folks, everybody who got together and worked on this issue, what a great show of support. Really, truly a bipartisan effort. And that was one of the things that I have been asked today about in doing all of the local media and the statewide discussions that we have, media folks. And one of the statements that or questions that was asked to me was, if there was anything that you thought could have potentially derailed the effort for Prop 9, what could that have been? And the only answer that I could really think of, because I think all of us were nervous because we'd never been through this before, and we put a lot of time and resources and financial and everything else into it, and not going through this process and potentially leaving something to chance makes you nervous. But at the same time, I think we would all agree that we had some sincere level of confidence that people would show up. But for me, I think that only moment would have been that folks did not adequately have the background on the fact that our TRS retirees largely do not receive their full Social Security, or if they receive Social Security at all. And that one concept probably resonated, I think, more so with the folks who were voting on it. I would tell people that whether I was on an airplane or in a grocery store or whatever, when they give me a few minutes and they would say, "Run that by me again. Are you saying that our school teachers and retirees, they don't have Social Security?" It was just something that sort of blew people's mind. But Ella, as you said, I think it has kind of opened up a larger opportunity for us to connect with the public. And again, with 2.141 million people showing up to vote for Prop 9, the highest vote total received on any of these amendments, I think it's pretty clear that Texans said we shouldn't let our retired school employees go 20 years, 19 years, 18 without getting some help. And so I'm just looking over at some of the comments, and we're getting a lot of feedback, and a lot of our leaders are here. Marcy, I'm going to kind of come back to you, and I know we didn't want to take a lot of time today. Before I come back to you, Marcy, and kind of get your final thought, we did send out an inside line, and all of you that are signed up for our inside line, and you get that, I hope that you will click on the option to send a thank you letter to your legislators. We all know that because of other business that's going on in the Capitol, they're back in session for another month, and it would be a real sense of encouragement for these people to see not only the vote and the fact that the COLA passed, but all of the people that they wanted to help coming back around and saying, hey, we're so grateful that we went through this process together. So, if you get an opportunity to click on that, on our website, we also have a press release that we put out yesterday and today. We've been doing a lot of connection with the media. So if you in your local area want to use that media release, you can. You can modify it if you need to get it in your local paper. And I know that all of you that really put so much time and energy and effort into the work with the letters to the editor. Good grief. I mean, again, every week I would probably get 10 or 15 samples that were submitted and printed in newspapers. So y'all did an amazing job and just unbelievable job. So Marcy, let me come back to you and get a final thought, and then we'll wrap up today's broadcast.
I really want to say, we were talking this morning here in the office about we should have a song. And mine is, I'm proud to be a TRTA member. And I hope all of you feel that way. Y'all, we worked so hard. We all got together and we had a lot of fun doing it. And not only that, we won, people. We hip, hip, hooray. They have not allowed me to run down to the Capitol screaming, hip, hip, hooray, we won. But I'm sharing that with you. And I want you to know we are all so thankful for each of you and what you have done. And Tim, I'm going to add one more thank you. We thank you. We also thank the TRTA staff because they have been worked. Though they haven't worked as many hours as Tim, but many of them have come very close to it because Tim works all the time. And he is always trying to get things better for all of us. And I'm talking too much, but I'm just so excited. We won, y'all. Did y'all know that?
Yeah, we are very excited. Marcy, you're so kind to point out that we can't do this without a great team. And absolutely think about the people that are with us every day in the TRTA office, our staff, every single one of them, worked on messaging. They worked on getting the signs ordered, getting them delivered, getting the checks written, just knowing what we could do and what we couldn't do when it came to various reporting requirements. We had legal assistance help. We had expert advocacy help. We had lots of expertise on TRS matters from people that are on our Capitol team. I mean, we have a deep, deep bench of paid staff that are true professionals, as well as a lot of our volunteers that had been down this path before. And I probably would be. I'm toying with the idea of trying to name all the names of the people, but I know when you do that, you invariably will leave someone out, and you don't mean to. And so what I ask is that you stay tuned to some of our written communications that we're going to put together as follow-up to this, and we're going to kind of tell the story a little bit more and let everybody know what's going on. One of the central themes of our campaign is that this is not the beginning, it's not the end. This is a continuum. And our organization, which was formed in 1953 and has been a part of every good thing that has happened for school employee retirees and retirement security since the early 1950s, is here to stay. And we feel emboldened to continue to represent you, to represent the interests of our members and folks that we hope to join this organization. I've already just seen here in the chat box just a few seconds ago, WEP is next. And what some of you know, especially some of my board members know, is that last week I was in Washington, D.C. I had an opportunity to meet in a bipartisan way with a number of our congressional delegation members, and including Jody Arrington, who has refiled the bill on the WEP that he has been working on, and that is absolutely something that we are already doing and have been doing. I'm going to put out an update on those efforts. I kind of held it so that we could finish the election, and then we were going to start telling everybody about the work that we're doing still on the WP. But as I said, we cannot do this without y'all. Thank you for being members of this organization. Thank you for finding your 10 or 20 or 30 or 40 people to go to the polls. Thank you for tuning in and listening, for showing up at the polls, working the polls, wearing the buttons, doing the push cards, helping us put them in translated language so that we could have that message delivered in both English and Spanish. Thank you for putting out the signs. Thank you for picking up the signs. If you're on that duty, thank you in advance for helping pick up those signs. We are looking at your comments. I'm going to read all of these. Keep them coming. Big things are still in store for this organization. But in this moment, right now, please appreciate the fact that victory is ours. My song is "We Are the Champions." And you, TRTA members, pushed us into a realm that we all wanted to be in, we believed we could be, and you made it happen. And I think that all of us are proud to know that at the conclusion of the November 7th election, it will always be remembered that Prop 9, victorious with the highest number of votes received out of 14 total amendments, including one reducing property taxes. Texas citizens, thank you so much. TRTA members, awesome job. TRTA Board of Director leaders, you're the best. Y'all have a great Wednesday afternoon. We will be in touch with when our next show is coming to you live. But for now, get ready for that COLA because it's coming January 2024. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.